Now, our other top story, Animal Control says 2 dogs died of heat stroke.
But their owner tells 10 on your side a different story. Newport News police charged 19-year-old Del Monte Crawford with 2 felony counts of cruelty to animals. Officers say they found his dogs on Friday with no food, water, or shelter.
And we checked with our weather team. Temperatures on the peninsula that day climbed up to 93, and with the humidity, it felt more like 100 to both people and pets. 10 at your side's Ann McNamara talked to both investigators and the owner.
She joins us now live with both sides of this story. Ann?
Del Monte Crawford said when he came home when police were there, the scene was very bloody, and that leads him to believe that the dogs did not die from heat stroke. Today, he invited us to his backyard to see it for ourselves.
I know I did not do anything to these animals.
Del Monte Crawford insists Animal Control has the wrong guy. His 2 pit bull mixes, Polo and Briscoe, died in his backyard Friday. An animal autopsy shows the cause of death was heat stroke.
At the time, the heat did not concern me. Like I said, the dogs were in the shade.
Animal Control says the dogs had no shade, food, or water. Crawford disputes that. He has his own theory.
I believe that someone had come into my backyard and had viciously murdered my animals. Because like I said, there was blood everywhere, and I know from heat stroke you don't bleed, you foam at the mouth, you become lethargic.
Crawford also points to Oreo, a 3rd dog that was in the yard with the other 2. He says she was in the same conditions and is perfectly fine. He showed us a letter of recommendation from the Peninsula SPCA where he volunteered and fostered animals.
I volunteered at the SPCA, so I know what animal abuse is. I know what animal cruelty is. I know what it is, so why would I do it to my animals?
Crawford says he left the house at 11:30 in the morning, had guests check on the dogs until 2, and just before 5, he got the call from police. He says the deaths are just as upsetting as the charges.
The only thing I do is cry. It felt as though that 2 of my children had passed away.
We followed up with Animal Control today after we heard Crawford's story. We asked if they wanted to comment. They said they will stand by the necropsy, which is an animal autopsy, which clearly states heat stroke was what caused their death. Now, as for Crawford, he could face prison time for these felony charges. Live in Newport News, I'm Ann McNamara, 10 on your side.